Well, if you're not hunting, then you're being hunted. You have been transported by an unknown force into a large arena, surrounded by towering structures that dwarf even the largest of buildings in your world. From above, it looks like a giant circular room with towering structures jutting up from its center like jagged teeth. A scream echoes across the arena, bouncing off the walls and leaving you breathless. You feel exposed, vulnerable, or do you flee to the safety of the archway, running blindly into the darkness, hoping it will lead you to freedom? What would you do? Your eyes dart around, searching for cover, but the only things around you are the towering structures and a single narrow archway leading into the darkness. Will you survive the night and uncover the secrets of this place? Or will you fall in battle and become another nameless soul lost in the arena? What's beyond it, you don't know, but staying here is not an option. You hear the echo of your own footsteps behind you and something else, the sound of heavy footsteps gaining on you. You don't dare look back, you just keep running. Their leader steps forward. You must be the new arrival, she says. Or do you run, trying to stay one step ahead of the pack, knowing that they won't be far behind? What would you do? As you stand there, frozen and indecision, a loud crash echoes from the darkness beyond the firelight, followed by a low growl that sends shivers down your spine. The hunters are coming. Soon the entire forest will be plunged into chaos. If you stay with the group, you'll have allies, but also more enemies. If you run, you'll be alone with the hunter's prey. You leap over fallen logs, scramble up rocky hills, but they are always there, their footsteps echoing yours. The traps have been triggered, and now they are coming for you. You don't know what's waiting on the other side, but you can't stay here. The only way out is forward. With each step, the bridge shakes more violently, threatening to collapse beneath you. Can you reach the end of the bridge and break free of the arena? Or will you fall to your doom before you reach the end of this terrifying game? Just when you think you've lost them, you hear their voices, their determination unwavering. Suddenly, you come across a clearing. In the middle stands a huge oak tree, its branches gnarled and twisted. At its base, a small opening, like a secret entrance to an underground lair. Without hesitation, you dive into the hole. The ground shakes as the hunters enter the clearing, their frustrated shouts echoing through the forest. Inside the lair, you find yourself in a vast cavern lit by glowing mushrooms. In the distance, you see a faint light. Hope surges through you. Maybe this is your way out of the forest. But as you move towards the light, you realize it's just another trap. The cavern opens up into a large chamber filled with spikes and pits, and at the far end, a single narrow bridge. You don't know what lies ahead, but you must cross the bridge if you want to escape this place. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what comes next. On the other side of the bridge, you sense freedom, but first you must face the final test. Will you make it across the bridge unharmed, or will you fall victim to the trap set to claim your life? Whichever path you choose, you must act fast. The fate of your character hangs in the balance. Her eyes are sharp, her voice strong. We need your help. This place is dangerous. We haven't figured it out yet. We don't even know what we're fighting for. The trees blur into one another, the shadows twisting and turning like grasping claws. You don't dare look back, but you can hear them calling out your name, their voices echoing through the trees. You push on, driven by fear and adrenaline. Suddenly, the forest floor gives way beneath your feet, and you find yourself tumbling down a steep embankment. You land in a heap at the bottom, your breath knocked out of your body. You scramble to your feet, your heart pounding in your chest, and run blindly into the undergrowth. But together we might have a chance. She looks at you expectantly. Will you join us? What do you do? Before you stands a stone monolith, its surface covered with strange symbols and glyphs. In front of it lies a pool of water so still and dark it's like a black mirror. You don't know what the monolith is or what the water means, but you're drawn to it like a magnet. As you step closer, the glyphs on the monolith begin to glow, bathing the clearing in an eerie light. The water ripples, and a voice echoes from within its depths. "Welcome, seeker. What is it you seek?" it asks. "Do you speak? Are you trapped forever, or do you seek to return home? Speak your desire into the pool." You don't know how long you ran for, but your lungs are burning and your legs are heavy. Then you find an opening in the wall. You duck under it, stumbling into a small chamber. You turn to make sure you aren't followed. You're not, for now. Only time will tell. You can stay hidden and hope your pursuers pass you by, or venture out into the unknown, seeking a way to escape this place. You step out of the shadows and into the firelight, revealing a scene that makes your blood run cold. Before you stands a group of people, their faces illuminated by the dancing flames. They are a motley crew, a mix of men and women of different ages and backgrounds. Some are armed with bows and arrows, others with swords and shields. A few clutch religious icons close to their chests, their faces etched with worry. All of them are looking for something, or rather someone. And when they see you standing there, their eyes light up with a mixture of hope and hunger. They don't waste any time. What would you do? The entrance behind you is gone. You don't know where you came from or how you got here. There is no way out, at least none that you can see. The fight has already begun elsewhere. Now you must decide what to do next. In the distance, you see flickering lights, perhaps torches or fires, maybe both. The smell of smoke drifts over to you, mixing with the scent of damp earth and something else, something metallic and sickly sweet like fresh blood. It's hard to tell because you aren't sure how long you've been here. Time seems to move differently in this place. Seconds stretch into minutes and minutes bleed into one another. You don't know how many people were brought here before you or how many remain, and this is where you are going to fight for your life. The only question is, what do you do? This is a place of chaos. You hear the distant clang of metal on metal and the sharp crack of a gunshot. You're not sure why you're fighting, not yet anyway. Perhaps it's survival instinct or just plain stubbornness, but you aren't going to let this strange game beat you without a fight. The first thing you notice is that you have a weapon in your hands. It feels strangely familiar, yet you don't remember holding it before. It is a bow, one of those old-fashioned ones you've seen in museums. But this one is well-made, almost beautiful, crafted from dark wood and strung with a thick leather cord. You don't know how to use it, but somehow you know how to knock an arrow and draw back the string. You hear a twig snap nearby and your heart leaps into your throat. You turn, taking aim. You release the arrow and watch it fly through the air. Do you explore this strange new world and try to understand it? Do you prepare to defend yourself against whatever horrors await? If you chose to fight, you take a deep breath, trying to calm the hammering of your heart. Now you have made your stand, but how will you fare when the enemies come for you? If you chose to hide, you turn and flee, scrambling through the archway into the darkness. What do? The flickering light ahead draws you in like a moth to a flame. Another player, one of them says, his voice raspy and tired. "We've been looking for you." Do you trust these strangers and join their alliance, hoping their numbers will protect you from the hunters who stalk you? Whatever you choose, the decision will have consequences. You turn and flee, racing deeper into the forest, desperate to escape the clutches of your pursuers. You burst out of the trees and into a clearing. If you spoke, you tell the stone being your desires, hoping it will grant them. But what will it cost you? Only time will tell. If you ran, you race through the forest, the hunters close behind. As you step onto the bridge, it begins to shake, sending shivers down your spine. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.